景来向咱所庆祝这个特别日子。当时伊嘛有随后的日子是988至2006年，完成嘅当时来向咱学业嘅当时，and really will be this today. Really
I've left FEC for about 4 years already. In these 4 years, I experienced life's most lonely and painful time. But there are some brothers and sisters who have not forgotten me. And they have used many methods to comfort and encourage me. I sincerely want to thank you. Today is the Thanksgiving of Canada. It is also a time when we remember the 25th founding anniversary of FEC. This morning's passage that I have selected talks about the temple. It also talks about a person who's giving thanks. This is the idea of this passage. When Jesus gave this parable, he says 2 persons or 2 men went up to the temple to pray. The first person was a Pharisee. And there he thanked God. He thanked the Lord that he does not do the things or the wrongdoings that other people have done. He thanked the Lord because he does certain things that others do not do, the good things that he does. There's also another man who prayed there, and this was the tax collector. And he prayed to the Lord and asked God to have mercy on him, a sinner. This morning I'd like to share with you 3 persons and a heart. The first person is a Pharisee. This Pharisee was a good man. Well, at least he thinks he's a good man. In Jesus' time, the Pharisees were a sect. Religious sect. They are about 6,000 strong. They are known for their zealousness for the Lord. They obey the laws completely. Not only the laws of the Old Testament, but even laws outside the Testaments were religiously followed. So indeed, he was a good man. And he even went to the temple, which is a good thing. He went to the temple to pray. And he prayed a long prayer. And he prayed very eloquently. And it's not just an ordinary prayer, this is a prayer of thanksgiving.
至少开始的时候，是安尼讲哦，我感謝上帝。
At least when he started, he thanked the Lord.
伊感覺伊家己甲別人真無相款。
He felt that he was different from the other people.
兩擺啊，伊講我無親像啊。
Twice he says, I am not like.
伊講我無親像別人頭一擺。
He says, the first time he says, I'm not like the other men.
第二擺伊講我無親像這個人，這個救世。
And the second time he says, I'm not even like this tax collector.
啊，這樣伊才個上帝講。
And then he told God.
講伊無做即個別人所做嘅唔對。
He says, I do not do the wrongdoings of other people.
無立下偷別人，還是摕人偷摕人物件。
I'm not a robber.
伊無不義，
I'm not an evildoer.
無奸淫。
I'm not an adulterer.
啊，伊個上帝講我做啊做啊，別人無做嘅代志。
And he told the Lord, I do not even do the things that other people do.
伊講我一個禮拜禁食2擺。
He says, I fast twice a week.
伊講我一切收入啊，攏總奉獻10%。
And I give a tenth of all I get.
這是超過律法的要求。
This is beyond what the law commands.
律法就規定講，猶太人若是佇贖罪以及祭禮或 atonement， 伊得着禁食。
The law just requires that on the Day of Atonement, the Jewish people should fast.
當時伊唔是一年一擺，伊是一禮拜2擺。
But he doesn't only fast once a year, he fasted twice a week.
律法若是規定講，個奉獻10%，總是看因的農作物、因的建造的物件。
The law also commands that they give a tenth of all their income.
伊是逐款的收入攏總奉獻。
But for his case, he gave in every occasion and in every type of revenue that he receives.
這一個真標準的基督徒。
Here is a believer that is of a standard.
我想大間教會就要成為這個樣。
I believe all churches want him to be their church member.
我想真濟教會要選伊做中職。
I'm sure many churches would want him to be their leader and deacon.
這是頭一個。
This is the first person.
咱來看第二人。
Let's look at the second person.
第二人是迄個抽稅人，迄個稅吏。
The second person is the tax collector.
伊也是去聖殿。
He also went to the temple.
剛才伊真久無去啦，剛才這是頭一擺。
Perhaps he hasn't been in the temple for a long time.
伊也是咧祈禱。
Maybe this is the first time in a long time, and he went to pray.
啊，伊祈禱真短，
And his prayer was very short,
就一句了爾。
just one sentence.
伊是一個歹人。
He says, he is a bad man.
大家人都講伊是歹人。
Everybody says that he's a bad man.
這個跟伊的職業有關係。
It's because of his profession.
因為伊是一個抽稅人。
Because he is a tax collector.
啊，迄陣抽稅是一款包辦的制度。
At that time, tax collector is by contract.
啊，只要伊將這個錢政府規定的數額寄去。
All he has to do is collect the right amount of tax and remit it to the government.
超過數額，伊當起伊家己的地啊。
Anything that he collects over and above that, he can pocket the difference.
並且這錢啊是交外國羅馬的政府。
In fact, this money goes to a foreign government, to the Roman government.
啊，咱通知影，咱通相信，伊的確是加收為減收。
And we know for a fact that he collects more taxes than is
啊，
required.
所以這人看伊是咧講白差的人，
So the public looks at him as a deceiver.
佢看伊是一個猶奸，唔是豆猶奸啊，是猶太人的奸臣。
And they look at him as a Jewish traitor.
出賣國家，出賣民族。
He's a traitor of his people.
啊，我想伊家己也知影伊是歹。
And I'm sure he realizes that he is a bad man.
啊，所以感覺真袂利，真無資格。
So he felt so undeserved.
迄禮拜天的時陣，頭殼刺刺搖袂得起來。
So when he entered the temple, his head was stooped low and he couldn't raise up his
啊，
eyes.
聖經講，徛較真，我想迄個西人徛真頭前。
The Bible says he stood at a distant place. I'm sure the Pharisees stood in front.
伊伫遐一个认罪。
And there he was confessing his sins.
聖經講對應，
The Bible tells us that he was beating his breast.
真艱苦事。
He was full of sorrow.
伊就講，我是一個有罪人。
Not only did he confess that he is a sinner,
伊講我是你一個罪人。
he considers himself as the great sinner.
伊無咧感恩，
And he is not thanking God.
伊就咧求援，
He is asking for mercy.
伊就上帝討論下伊啊。
He's asking for grace, and he asks two things from God.
伊講上帝你我恩典，
First, he asks for grace from God.
伊就上帝講，上帝你憐憫我一個犯罪，
He also asks God to have mercy on him, a sinner.
恩典
Grace
是一個人為配得到的好處。
is a person getting the benefits that he does not deserve.
憐憫
Mercy
是一個人無得到應該得到的報應和刑罰。
is not getting the punishment that one deserves.
這是個上帝討。
And this is what he asks of the Lord.
上帝，我為配得到的好處以後，
And he says, Lord, give me the benefits that I do not deserve.
係我應該得到的報應和刑罰，唔通我。
And the retribution or punishment that I deserve, please remove it.
這是你的第一人。
This is the second person.
總是這個比喻中間，讓他袂記還有一個第三個人。
But in this example, we should not forget that there is a third person.
這第三個人就是講比喻、講故事的人是主耶穌。
And the third person is the person telling the parable, who is Jesus Christ our Lord.
頭一個人是一個好人，
The first person was a good man,
至少伊家己想是一個好
or
人。
at least he thinks he's a good man.
第二個人是一個歹人，
The second person was a bad person.
大家人講總講伊歹人，
And everyone considers him to be a bad person.
伊家己也承認伊是歹人。
He even thinks of himself as a sinner, a bad person.
這第三個人，
And this third person,
伊是好人，
he's a good man.
是真實的好人，
He's a true good person.
是上，伊唔是普通人，
And he is no ordinary person as well.
伊是上帝的兒。
He is the Son of God, Jesus Christ.
伊捌做唔對代志，
He's never done anything wrong.
伊也捌講唔對話，
And he's never uttered a wrong word.
所以永遠免甲人道歉。
So he never need to ask for forgiveness.
真濟人。